Okay, we're live. Well, we're back. Happy Monday.
Monday.
And, we'll wait a few minutes and people will start rolling in. And the chat will start going off, I'm guessing. And, like we do every year after Brickvention, we get the photo dumps, we get the video dumps. It's all going in. So we will get through it all. We'll just make sure chat's all looking good. Let me go on Twitch and make sure we're all green there, but I think we should be pretty sweet. Like I said, we just wait a couple of minutes and let the chat warm up. G'day, Claire. How are you? Claire's in there first, like always.
Hey, Claire. And the Grizz.
Yeah, Grizz only has a couple more days till he moves to America now as well.
Yeah.
So, yes, here we go. Timu Henry. Who changed that? Poor Hendo. For those that don't know, we do have Hendo in the chat, the token agent for the night. Henry's not in tonight. We got Hendo. Most of you guys will know Hendo if you're just joining in and chatting us tonight. Hendo is... he's been around longer than I've been around. The dude's an absolute genius when it comes to Lego and Lego builds. But being Brickvention, and we did have him on not too long ago with Jackson and Josh talking about their massive new Hashima collab build. So we'll start tonight's show with the new Hashima Brickvention build. Now, I've got some of these photos, and we'll get through them in a second. All right, Hendo's name's fixed now, which is good. Hendo, that wasn't me, by the way.
Through AliExpress.
It's like you offended him. just to put it out there too, Bill's got editing rights, not just me. Yes, so everybody that was down there, big shouts to those that did go to Brickvention this year as well, and those that made it. Got to see it in person. Unfortunately, me and Bilsy did not.
No, we didn't. Both had to skip it for different reasons. But both, rest assured, both are very FOMO'd that we didn't get to go and catch up with all your legends. So
yeah, and it sucked because I did hear as well that we weren't the only ones that kind of didn't. Well, I mean, we didn't pull out last minute, but yeah, there was a lot of rearrangements and last minute pullouts. So that sucks for any Lego show when you plan to fill the halls for your audience and then you get a.
I only pulled out about a week before because I literally pulled Springfield apart and fitted it into 2 carry-on suitcases, and then we're going to check in our clothes. And we could have done it, we could have pulled it off. But then my mum got sick and I had to go to Canberra. So it's, we were this close to making it.
There you go. So Chris missed out. G'day, Jason. Claire said a lot better. Yeah. Johnny must like Henry. Melbourne's a dump. We get it.
Yeah.
The big one, 6-table build didn't turn up. That's up there. 6-table build, far out.
Surely that's got to be a strike.
Mate, no one's striking no one. If you bring 6 tables next year, you dangle the carrot, they're going to let you in. It is what it is. All right. Now, like I said, while we warm up, we can jump straight into it. And it looks like, we do have a throw in, but there's no camera. If you turn your can you hear us, Tom? Nah. I mean, he's there with no video and no audio. Doesn't really help. He's there in spirit. You might need to close down and come back, Tom. I can see in the back end you're trying to get some stuff together. There he is.
I'll try again.
There we go.
There you go. Looking nice and sharp, my friend.
Working?
There's a bit of delay, but yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Yep, you're working. Hey, man, how are you?
Let me try it. I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, buddy. We're good. Thanks for coming in, both you and Tom and Hando again, boys. Thanks for coming in. Last minute Jackson's throwing you under the bus, and you know you're in here and chatting, and we'll go through some builds and the chat in the weekend, and of course we'll start with the masterpiece, the beast, the big city, big time.
Yeah, how epic is this?
Now, I don't know out of the two of you who's going to run me some stats and some information and all that kind of stuff. So, Tom might be having some tech difficulties. So, Hando, it's all on you, buddy.
No.
Oh, here he is. Try again. There we go.
Sorry.
You're good. All right. So now we talked about and you missed out on this one time a couple of months ago. We got people in and we're chatting all about it, about being the collab building, you know, starting with the square and building from there, this whole idea and stuff. So how many, I guess, modules, square, was it in it this year? Like how do you count that? Like, you know, is there 20 habitats, I guess? What's the name for them?
It's basically called a cube. That is the term for it. And I'm counting now, looking at my studio. We have, give one sec, that is 19.
16 in that one.
We are about 40 cube altogether. And we have in total about 8 topper. So topper is basically things that you put on the top that is not cube. So yeah, we have about 8 topper altogether.
40 cubes. How many builders roughly in this collab?
There are 10 builders in the collab.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, we were discussing how much weight each of us should pull, and the consensus was minimum 4 cubes each.
Yep.
But because there's cubes, there's landscape, there's toppers. So we decided a topper was probably worth about 2 cubes.
Oh, yeah.
Load-wise, because they're about that height. Some of them don't really flesh it out. There's kind of more repetitive details sometimes. And then the landscaping was heavily Josh and Hando, hey. But I did a little bit in between. And that was like a landscape was about a cube. It depends how you go. And then Jacko surprised us with, if you go back one photo, Jacko surprised us with Derek at the front there. Made a monster blob of working derricks with a mining system.
Yeah, right.
Just because he had, you know, he's got some spare time on his hands. Bloody hell.
Well, he really did. He pumped them out early, and then he was just kind of twiddling his thumbs. So he started playing with stuff. I think he made maybe 8. You don't really call them cars, do you? 8 speeders because they had no wheels, you know, like flying. He made about 8 of those in the last week because he gave Helena all his stuff to put in her car, and then had nothing to play with for a week. So he just started making speeders that he could put in his luggage for the plane.
What a legend.
And he got too excited. So that derrick, what we call it, the things at the front, supposed to be that goes into that middle, and it's become too big. So we have to put it outside of the build.
Oh, that's funny.
He went hard on it. It exploded in no time.
Very cool. And is that a working monorail or is that a?
It is a working monorail. So I think Jay have Insta where he has some video out of it. Yeah. But yeah, Rohan, you know, obviously our technique guru.
If Rohan's involved, it's definitely working.
Yeah, it is definitely working. Yeah. The design of the monorail, I think, based on the Japanese guy who created first, I think a few years ago. But yeah, it was epic. I think in total it's about 10 meters length of the track.
Yeah,
so yeah, massive.
I think there's been one previous Hashima, like this off the same design. But the brick bent track blows my mind.
Yeah.
That's just blocks brick bent, and then it's got the gears and the wheels inside that just grab the brick bent track
and go around. Yeah. I remember years ago from a Jurassic Park display. It was done, and it was really good in that.
Yeah,
love to have a crack at it one day.
Yeah, I was just impressed that I might be wrong, Hando, but I don't think there was any malfunctions with the monorail at all.
No, except one when I accidentally kicked the track.
Just demolished by someone in bump out as well. Just the foot went straight through the track right as the train came.
Yeah, surprisingly, there's only one cube have a problem, and my elevators, the track snapped. But other than that, it's been running smoothly the entire weekend, luckily.
Yeah, I was amazed. I was expecting small fires with all the motors that were running on top of each other in that hot.
I was just about to say that. I wonder what it'd be crazy to have a look and see what your count of lights and numbers in total would be. Like, it's bloody impressive. And then plus, did I see you had an iPad or a large screen of some sort on one of the toppers as well?
Yep, we have at least 3 working iPhone and 1 iPad.
Yeah.
Wow. Just there's a lot of power in there.
Yeah. We had 2. What do you call them? Those things underneath, Hando? What do you call those power banks?
Oh, the power cube.
Yeah, the power cube. I guess it's what you'd use to like power a camping fridge or something. Hey.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have 2 battery power bank.
Yeah.
Okay, so this wasn't on mains power in the hall because you're on a 360 table.
We had.
Well,
yeah, that's right.
we ended up connected to the mains, but the whole idea is we run this through those 2 battery. But it happened that we get a main from Brickvention, so we charge the battery throughout. So it's really good. We don't have to worried about any charging at all.
Yeah.
But you're right about the number of lights. By the time it got to particularly Lewis's topper, the one made out of brick separators, just there, that orange and aqua one.
Oh, yes, yeah.
By the time the power got up there, it just wasn't kicking the lights out as much as he was used to back in his garage. He ended up connecting an extra power bank into the loop near his topper to get the lights popping and changing.
That's when you know you've got a lot of engines and lights when your power is degrading that much on Lego that you can't get, far out. That is insane.
Yeah, wow. Quick shout out, hello to everyone in the chat that we haven't seen slide in. Just saw Elena's just halfway home from her trip, and a few Claire from Queensland is watching from Victoria. So just a hello to everyone that's joined us in the last few minutes.
There you go. And there's a better version of that. That is pretty cool. So, and for those who don't know, we do have Hendo and Tom, both legends from Sydney, big part of this new Hashima build, amongst 10 others. We did see a little bit of it, like I said, a few months ago with Josh, Jacko, and Hando. And now I'm going to assume it's only going to get bigger for brick build.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
probably up more than across.
So is this going to brick built next, or is it going anywhere like Bendigo bricks or anything first? Or
brick build will be the next one. There's 6 of us.
Brick build. For the smaller shows, we really depend on if people want to try to rock up with some.
See, that's the best thing about a smaller show. You could just take a tower, or go 2 levels up, and it is still being massively effective.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, Hendo. Was there 5 from Sydney, 4 from Melbourne, and 1 from Canberra?
That's cool.
In the crew.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So not from up here yet.
No, not yet.
What are we doing, Bill? What are we doing, Bill?
I was going to say, so for those that want to get on board, how do they go about that? Is there still, how big is this going to get? 6 tables, obviously.
We don't know yet. So we're going to recover first. Like if you ask me over the weekend, are we going to do it in brick build or not? Probably the answer is no. I know Helena's going to yell at me, but we'll recover first. We'll come up with a plan. Josh, which unfortunately can't join us, which is the team captain. I think the best thing is if you want to join, reach out to Josh and we'll figure out something.
Yeah. Jacko's throwing you under the bus and said, ask Hando, clearly.
I gotta say, Hando just referred to Josh as the team captain, but it is solidly, I think, a co-captaincy. After the performance on the weekend, you should have seen Hando work. There was a couple of people who couldn't deliver what they had expected to deliver, because in the amount of cubes and some of the landscaping and stuff, because life gets in the way. This is a hobby, and Hando just picked it up and chewed out cubes. It was unbelievable. He's a cube machine, and then turns up and he's got all the wires and he's just connecting it from start to finish. It's unbelievable. So Hando gets my MVP for the weekend.
My man, what a legend. That is cool. And I've been told the answer is always ask Hendo. We know this. It's always ask Hendo. G'day, Rowan. So Rowan in the chat as well. For those you just missed it, Rowan was the mastermind behind obviously the brick bent rail, but not to mention, Jacko will back me up on this one that Rowan's always the go-to guy when you want something to move. He's the genius. Yeah. He's the millimeter perfect genius.
I think it's about to come up. The highlight for so many people viewing, just on the top of the screen, it might come up. Top left there. You see those video boxes popping in and out?
These ones?
Yeah. That blew people's mind. They're little capsules. Rowan could explain it better than I could. But he can just slot them out, fix them up, slot them back in, and there's just a system behind that they lock into, and they pop in and out the whole weekend, and that was what caught people's eye. I reckon more than the monorail.
Wow.
Yeah.
So video had a use.
Yeah, it did. Mark used video on another in his tower at the other end. He used them as well, but not in motion. I mean, you can't beat motion, can you?
Yeah, that's right.
So just before we change and start going to actual some other Brickvention stuff, what's the foot? What's the story here?
Well, the thing of it is, I have a Ninja Turtle problem. So
don't say.
so I mean, the official line is that is the Barefoot Investment Bank, because this is Future Australia, right? So that's the Barefoot Investment Bank, the descendant of Scott Pate. But it's a Foot Clan tower. Look at it. And then right next to it is Jim's Genetics, because with the desert, there's not much for him to mow anymore. Jim's mowing. So his descendant has moved into genetics and trying to breathe life into the empty landscape. So it's reanimated this old tree trunk with some gnarly flowers. And that's actually a Krang TCRI building. Like, it's an ooze canister on a site.
Yeah, wow. It is too.
So, like I'm building towers. And then down the freeway, I think it's going to pan down in a second, there's a chemical oasis.
Yeah.
Which has 4 baby turtles and a rat sitting in it.
Nice.
And that's Jim trying to reanimate the landscape.
So yeah, so this is where we do need to come back to this whole new Hashima and do a full video just on the cubes, I think, because we did well last time with all the little sneaky stuff and things like that. I think obviously we want to talk more about it, and we'll get into it, but tonight will be more about Brickvention. But I think someone needs to, because I will be in Japan when Brickvention's on. I think Bill might be going down.
Brick Built. I'll be at Brick Built, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to Japan after Brick Built.
Yeah, we definitely will need to spend like a whole hour just on this and to push it. Now, Helena said she sent me a video. Let me have a look. Helena, where is your video? What did you send me? Oh, okay. Helena sent me a video of smoke coming out of her one.
Oh, really? Oh, she had the, what's it called? The mister.
User.
She have the moist cube.
Very, very good. And you know what I noticed as well this year, and Bill's been doing it for a little while now too, with these demisters and diffusers, whatever you want to call them. There was quite a handful of builds and mocks down to Brickvention, leaning in towards the whole demister using the smoke or, for that extra effect. I think Cheap Jake's had it coming out of his DeLorean for one of them. Someone else had something, it was coming out of the bottom. Bill uses his for fire in his Indian, so it's, effective.
Yeah, it's a cool
we've gone from movement to lights to sound to now this. Someone's used to mash them all together.
Years ago when I first did it in Pirate Island.
Oh, I've got to ask you, Tom, before we dig into Brickvention, have you sold your Bluey stuff out yet? Come on, surely someone's reached out to you to use your big cricket dude and promote the new Bluey line coming out.
He's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Still hanging out. There you go.
I don't know. I took a bit of a year off. Like I haven't been pumping him out or anything like that, and I haven't really been around for people to be in contact with me. He's been to a few like local things.
Yeah.
But, yeah. If anyone's listening, you're welcome to buy him. Give me some free space.
That's the problem when you start building, at that kind of level and size now, finding space to store things or build things or...
When Bunnings had that hammer barn thing going on, they were trying to get it in to their joint, But the BBC were like, nah, it can only be Halavan, and don't you pay him for anything because that's IP.
Wow.
So, because it's a fan build, I don't think I could make money off it.
Yeah.
Like
probably.
I haven't asked permission for use the IP or anything.
Yeah. It gets a bit sketchy when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
I think there's a question in the chat, Bilsy, about Light My Brick. So we are fortunate to get a couple of support. So we have support from the 3 light company, Light Tailing, Light My Brick, and Glow Bricks. Most of the light that you see on the shows either supplied by them or we get it ourselves because their supply come a bit late to the game. And just a shout out also for Brick to the World that also assist us with the bricks, this fantastic shirt and the stage and everything else. So
they just
I did
sorted
see
us
the
out
photo. Where's the
as quick as they could. Very impressive sponsorship.
And that's it. Some people, you don't realize that they're behind the scenes, the help, the handouts, or the tweaks here and there open doors for you guys to then go and look at other avenues or adding things and the finessing stuff. It all counts and all helps. So well said, Hendo. I was trying to find the group photo. I did notice of all you guys hanging out in your jerseys as well. I was going to share.
Yeah. I think Josh just posted it. Ice cream clone.
And have a look. I'll have to find it. But talking about Rowan before as well, I did notice, and I don't know if you had much part of it, but there's a top-down photo here of the GBC down there.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
It's enormous. I think there were 13 builders this year.
That is next level. I mean, hey, and if the ball made it all the way through without bouncing out or getting through, that's another, credit. So there we go. Helena's popping on the messages. We'll share the photo. There it is.
Yeah, nice. Look at that, hands in the mouth.
Mate, Brickvention one weekend, OzTag next weekend. Go team. No, but yeah, again, big shout out to everybody that is in part of that build. And what a perfect idea to start and collab and come together like all you guys did and still going.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited for the next incarnation.
That's it.
Because we had, I don't know whether you guys talked about it when Hendo and Josh visited last time, but Light My Bricks offered to give us a low light environment to show it in. So what it ended up being was a marquee over the top to get some of that Brickvention glare because there's like light windows in the ceiling and everything. And the plan was to have it just wrapped around the build and it stopped the light coming in from above. But with the light coming in from the side, it kind of made it a bit gloomy in places. The plan was to have it about a meter bigger each direction and a bit taller and then have some sides down. So it was a bit of an experience, which I know they're doing in Tokyo actually, where you go into an unlit room and it's just lit by the bricks.
Brickfest did that.
I'm excited because we couldn't go any taller. The marquee was our limit. And we were just tickling the rafters of it. So I'm excited for Brick Built where the roof is way higher and we can see how high we can go.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when you sent through this photo, I'm like, I quickly thought, maybe you did like a pre-build in someone's house or a studio to see how you were going to put it all together for Brickvention. And then I slowly realized, you actually had it purposely set up like that, which is a great idea. Like you said. And then
we actually
got a top-down pic of the new shimmer.
There it is. It's glorious.
I just sent you a picture there, Bilsy. So we have to rearrange some of our tower because it hit the marquee. So the picture that I just sent you literally hit the marquee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quick redesign.
Next year, you need to put the marquee on tables or get extended legs or
That's right.
That's a good idea.
Or use that as your reference because maybe any higher than that, you do lose detail from height. People can't see. So it might be a good reason to
mouth out of Bilsy. Let's go high.
There you go. Or build on the ground.
That's it. See, that's an idea. Hey,
if you build on the ground though, all that finer detail down low, a lot of your adults will miss. I noticed that I've built under the table before. I did the ocean underneath Pirates, and all the kids got all the ocean, but the parents just didn't get down there. And And I think a lot of the Easter eggs aimed at parents down there just went unnoticed because of it. So you got to be careful building on the ground. I think putting the marquee on the tables would be your win.
All right. One standout one before we do. What I'll do, I'll play a video and we'll just comment and pause as we go through. But I got to give Simon a shout out. One, because I'm a mad Back to the Future fan, but his handful of setups and Doc's garage, insanely good.
Oh, completely agree.
So bloody good. Like, this was such a cool build and design set. And Simon never half does anything. So, you know, again,
at that scale, being able to add all the details that he did in such a deliberate way, this was definitely one of my top 5. I was really impressed by it. The nostalgia was firing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he did
on his socials, he shared a photo of himself in front of this garage as well when he did his recent Back to the Future California tour.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully they're in these bunch of photos. But the remote control, I'll have to find it. How he rebuilt the remote control out of Lego too. So for those that don't know, when Doc plays with the remote control with driving the DeLorean, the first part of the movie, I'll have to find it. Or if someone can send it to me, I'll put it up. I don't have it here.
At the Twin Pines Mall.
Yeah, so he rebuilt the control.
Lone Pine Mall.
I'm sure one or two people that someone sent me a link.
Yeah, he's got all the toggles in it moving as well. Like, you can pick it up like it's a remote.
That's insane. Now, before I do play the video, who got award? Does Brickvention do awards?
No.
No, okay. And I noticed there was no, and we talked about this real quick before we hand over, there was no massive standout big displays this year.
Yeah, and I mean, I said to a few people over the weekend, I think I just sent the remote to the group chat there.
Yep.
I reckon that's a symptom of the no awards. Like, if you've got a really big display, or if you're going for a really big display, it's going to be that bigger. It's going to be that much more impressive. You're going to be looking at the ones that won the year before. Yeah, the way he's put this together, every single one of those switches move the way they should.
That's a build in itself. Not to mention everything else he's done to bring it all together.
That's right.
That's rad. That's so good. And just the attention to detail when you start looking at it, to even take the switches away, just like to get the screw faces and the scale and the aspect and all that right. It's well done, Simon.
Yeah.
Well done, brother.
That's an effort.
And it's something different than 100-year-old Lego that sits in a glass box. So, Simon dipping into mock work. It was insane. Insane. All right. Now, I'll turn the sound off this one. So I've got to give a shout out to a YouTuber called Matt's Brick Collection. Some of you guys will know him, some won't. Very good YouTuber. Knows his shit. Gets around a lot as well.
Is that the guy from Adelaide?
No, he's from Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah. I think, this guy.
Flares.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And obviously, he did a bit of a walk around. I figured if we did this, it'd be easier than just to flick through the photos. I can scan and do this.
That was Trevor's Phantom, and this is Flair's Dollhouse.
Oh,
Dollhouse.
She worked so hard on the furniture in this. She looked at the details so hard. And then the doll's house was almost an afterthought. The details are in the furniture.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a few different photos. She's been hinting at it over Instagram the last few weeks and stuff. And mate, shout out to Fleur and the detail she did do, because the furniture, this is the kind of build where people, and take it either way, take it as a good thing, but this is the kind of build that inspires people. Then will then go and try replicate, use this as an inspiration for their builds and mocks coming up. But the scale and size of it, not bad.
Yeah, and one thing she did really well was there's hardly any studs.
Yeah.
She's tiled everything, and she even inverted tiled the ceiling.
That's it. That's exactly right. She did the detailing in the ceiling.
Now I know Matt's going to probably only show the most popular sets as they go through, or the biggest stuff as well. So we might have some that are missed. But we're not going to be online for 4 hours talking about every single table either.
That wouldn't even you wouldn't even cover it 4 hours.
Yeah, and
days to get to them all.
Yeah. And it's like that with every Lego show. We do skim over a lot of it, we just try to get the general vibe and the feel and what it was like when we're there. Is this Lauren and Dyers?
No, this one's not Lauren. I'm not sure who this is. Sorry, Lauren had is it Notre Dame?
Notre Dame, yeah.
Notre Dame, and she also had a Roman.
No, I think Lauren in the end bring the Romans one.
Yes.
Was it just the Roman one?
Yeah, it was the Roman temple or library or something.
This is nice. I like this.
Yeah, they've done well.
But, and again, Harry Potter always going to be a head turner. Like we got the big one that shows up in Brisbane. That's on another scale as well. Plus, Bill, there's that one wherever it is in the middle of Queensland, or the one's called the Movement, the computers that run it.
Yep, there is. Magnus does a big one here. Hogwarts.
Donna does the other one, isn't it?
Donna does. She has a big one as well. Yeah.
This one's called Aaron's Tower.
Hogwarts and interesting.
But I'm not sure. I don't understand where it comes from. I've never caught the guys to chat to them about it. Bit of Stargate. Love a bit of Stargate.
Oh, yeah.
This was a Cyberpunk that could fit on ours, I guess, but it was a big centerpiece early on.
Yeah, I really like this build. I think it's also built over like an ocean platform, which make it looks really, really nice. So
you're right, Joe. That could slide into the Nihishima pretty easily.
Yeah, well, it's on a 32 base. Well, the tower is. So that's a cube. Could fit on top. I might be wrong, but did I hear that this was a first-time exhibitor? Do you remember?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time she exhibit in Brickvention.
I was going to say, because if that's a first-time exhibitor, is that not like releasing Thriller first and then never being able to compete with it?
Of course you went to Michael Jackson.
This is Steve Reynolds' Arkham roller coaster.
Way to go, Steve.
Yeah, great.
Steve in the chat as well, so big shout out to Steve.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
A handsome man. He had great engagement with the kids. He had it on an iPad. He had it running on an iPad, and the balloon would start shaking. The kids would get excited, and the roller coaster would pop out. He'd let kids hit the button to restart it.
And that's the cool thing about it. I mean, like that's what you want, that interaction.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids will remember that more than anything else.
Oh, for sure. This was Princess Castle, Rapunzel's castle, I think. It's got Tangled playing just in the little cinema there.
That is some cool greebling detail though. Like
they've done it super well. I love the way they've done really thick vines. They've used the leaf piece and put those I don't know what you call those things, the little leaf stalk pieces in to lock them in, and they've gone to town, winding them around. Here you go.
Yeah, look at that.
Like it'd probably be held on by a few snot bricks, but because it's so locked in with all of the pins underneath the leaf pieces, it winds for days and it's super strong.
Very clever.
It's bloody big too. When you look at the base of that, like how you transporting that far out?
That'd be separated into pieces like anything else. I think that's
of course. No, it's all in one.
So this one here, Steve just said was a first-time exhibitor. That castle.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he or maybe it wasn't split into sections then. But it was super popular. It was huge.
That looks like a game.
Yeah.
Hey, we all know where that
looks familiar.
Brickbeard.
There you go. Jacko's insane, but how's the close-up details? Not bad. I did see someone in the chat. That I know who they were talking about, but a bit of fake off-brand Lego was seen over the weekend. Not ideal.
Yeah, I heard that.
But hey,
yeah, I'm not sure.
People slide it in there every now and then. You're always going to get it.
Goats.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Some superheroes?
That was Steve's son's build. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really? Little micro steampunk.
Fake
Lego.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
Right, sponsor of the show.
Different.
Yeah. That was Nicole and Travis from Melbourne.
Yeah, okay. Very cool.
Very
Something that's so different too.
Mm.
Good to see movement.
Yeah, you don't see much steampunk around.
There it is. There's Cheap Jokes as
Yeah.
I was saying. I don't know if he's replicating the crash or just wanted to show off his smoke wall, but yeah.
Or whether he could build half a DeLorean too.
Hey! Jeez, look at the elves.
Winter Village.
There you go. Steve said Stardew Valley. I thought it looked like a game.
Elves were on the BAM wall this year, weren't they? That's a lot of BAM.
That's bloody hell. That's a couple of nice paychecks in just.
There you go. The Christmas one was a first-time builder as well.
Wow.
Shit.
As in this one here.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to need to start upping our game if this is all first-time builders.
Hendo told me Hiroshima is his first build too.
Just came to Australia last week.
Ah, yeah, there you go. See, hey, that's Moana.
Yeah, this is Aspen's build.
Tafiti,
Wow.
isn't it? I think it's called Tafiti. That is cool.
It is cool.
That is, wow.
She was super worried about the face. She was almost not going to exhibit 2 weeks out because she just couldn't get the face.
Oh,
No, that is really cool.
pretty sure she nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I showed my kids that, they would lose their shit. That's the kind of
Absolutely.
build you don't need to go to details on faces. You know, you don't need it to have perfect eyelashes and lip chin. Like, mate, you that sells the story. I mean,
The
Dr.
size
Who fan,
makes up for it.
nerd, but you know, the size and the story and what it is, that makes up for it tenfold.
That's right.
That is cool. Good work.
Yeah. This is Bill Bogan's
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Treasure Planet.
What are the sales?
Yeah, he's got this sparkly material and just cut sails himself. He's done them himself. He got so many questions over the weekend. It really does catch your eye, like especially in the afternoon when the sun's on that side. They're just sparkling.
They look like your old disco pants, Bill.
That's where they went. I'm going to have to have a chat with him.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He really goes for those details. When he chooses to do something third party or do it himself custom, he makes sure he's really careful about it.
Yeah.
Does a solid job.
Troy, his old leotard. See, I wasn't the only one thinking it. Bit of a Tudor house up on the rocks. Oh, there's a sail again. You're right though. It does make a cool little. Hey, that's cool. I like that. Go back to the black ship, mate. Oh look, some more Demister work going on. And like you said, you know, like if you think about this one, Tom, you put that under your gazebo, you'll find more details. But because you're under that glare of Brickvention, you miss so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, same with your old big Turtle City build. You know, that thing's insane. But you put it here and you're skipping over every second and brick type thing.
Yeah, it's true. But the issue I reckon we did have with the marquee was because the room that people were in and people's eyes were in was bright. Looking into the marquee from the bright space, it was kind of gloomy where there was no lights. This is Brickman's Star Wars Lego. Star Wars chess.
Star Wars chess.
Yeah. There was a bit of a debate over whether Palpatine or Vader should be the king or the queen. Oh, here's the controller.
There you go. Some brickheads. I dig the dog. The dog's cool. And then the garage. Did he have the other side of his build? The great nut?
Yeah, there is on the other side.
Yeah. Again, for those that have never been, you know, Brickvention, it's always been that start of the year pinnacle Lego show. People from around the world. Shout out to Dirk too, one of the Lego masters from Germany, I think he was. He was over and hanging out doing his thing. He had a small little Australian, I think it was a World War II diorama he had set up.
Was he in with the GBC as well?
He might have. I'm not sure. He might have been.
But
yeah, you can't knock. You know, people pull out and you know things change up and down, and the awards thing's obviously a conversation point. But you know, you can't. The people that bring their builds to the shows like this, especially the Brickvention. You know, you got to have You got to admire it.
For sure.
Is that our buddy?
Scott?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, this is Scott.
Yeah.
So Scott was a last minute
Yeah, I was about to say.
add in. He did really well to bring that down, and I believe volunteer all weekend as well.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I saw his post about volunteering. Yeah.
Yeah, so well done, Scotty. Shout out for that. He's been Brickvention for so many years in a row now.
Yeah, there was a lot of shifting of exhibitors towards the end there. People not turning up and people not delivering what they said they were going to. So there was lots of awesome people who brought some extra stuff, and like Scott who turned up at short notice.
Yep.
This is
Ryan stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Ryan's.
This is Ryan, actually. Ryan, the Lego Master.
Yes.
Yeah. Ryan Evans, yeah?
Yeah,
Right.
Ryan.
I think this was here there last year too. The clown and the piano definitely were. But yeah.
He's about to be on the right here at General Grievous ship. How good is that?
Oh, that is good. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Bilsy doesn't know what that is.
I don't. There you go. Look, Bill, you can froth over your little medieval towns.
Hell,
You're not the only one that likes them.
yeah. Very cool.
There's Derek.
Is that just colored LED, or is that like a little black light in there?
No, I think it's light-tailing string light.
Yeah, okay.
That's what
Hey,
it is.
how's that? Hold on. That fan. How's one's spinning one way and one's going the other way? Watch this. How's that work?
Yeah.
This one.
That's Graham Catter from Sydney. He's usually in the GBC. He got them spit. That caught so many people's eye as well. I didn't actually ask him how he did it. Do you know, Hando?
It's like, yeah, look, the inside's one way and the outside's going the other. That's cool.
It really grabs your eye.
You need to update the OnlyFans store.
This top here.
Just a quick shout out on that tower, the black tower there. So that's Mark. So when he carried that over to Brickvention, that tower literally dropped on his car. And the first thing that he asked us is, do anyone have any box so that I can collect all the pieces from his car? And he built that in the afternoon. So big shout out to Mark.
Brickvention things. Oh yeah, look, watch this fan. That's mesmerizing.
It really is.
That's cool.
Huh.
This is some good shots of your build, guys. It's not
Yeah.
Matty. Pays to know the photographer. Burger Dog.
bad. So Helena said Mark had to brake suddenly on the drive over and the tower was crumbled.
Oh.
And you know, like Hendo said, mad shout out to getting it rebuilt and putting it up there instead of just giving up and, you know, throwing the toys out the cot.
Yeah.
And obviously, Like My Bricks being the naming sponsor, which I don't think I've seen any business do that before for Brickvention. So, you know, making themselves known more and more now. Now they've got their new fancy lights. So,
Yeah, the 2.0.
2.0.
again, now, like I say, you know, lights have always been like, you know, we've got lights and all that stuff, and now the smoke. iPads are sliding into a lot more builds now. What's next? Where do you go from here? Smell. There you go. Well, you can put some smelly. I sent this Aquaman was the front and center last year, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, Kenny got it back again this year because it's full of Light My Bricks. So there were 3 mock displays inside the Light My Bricks shop. And yeah, no one can. This was it's up a bit higher than before. It was on some pallets this time, so that people can get their heads in. Like you were saying, bills are about when it's too low, the adults don't see the kids. Yeah, this is because that was new last year. The year before was the pallets on top, and then added the underground.
Very cool.
And the next 2 mocks, one's by a 12-year-old. I don't know if he's going to keep panning across to the right. There was a 12-year-old that made a big Star Wars ship, and then his dad did the one next to it, all lit up with the fancy 2.0s.
There you go. Hey,
Here's
there you
Lewis's Magneto.
Lewis
His helmet's like the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Man, I can't like Lewis's stuff still blows me away. It's so bloody good. It just keeps on building up bigger and bigger.
That's right.
I had a giggle though. He wrote something about it was the first show or the first time he didn't bring his swords or weapons out.
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Yeah. He just went cosplay. I was wearing the Deadpool outfit on and off. And
I have it. Someone sent it to me. Helena, do you have that photo? Can you send it to me? Let's show everybody in outfit.
How good's Dave McWilliams' Kraken here? The one that we just passed.
I want to go back to that Kraken. Hold on, because that Kraken is sick. But I do have a photo. Yeah, buddy.
those Wolverine claws pop out. You can flick them out and they go wide as well. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I got a little bit cheeky with the Deadpool because you can. Hey,
Well, that's
a
it.
lot of fun. He even had the Crocs ready for me.
That's
what in there though.
Freaking awesome. And you know what? Like, you put the Lego aside, once you're there, the stress and that, it's all down. It's kind of like, you know, you have fun like that. You mess around, you muck around. There you go. Look at that photo, eh?
Yeah, boy.
So there's some handsome fella with two dorks next to him. The Robin, you have to be serious, right? So Batman Robin, it was more serious, but Deadpool was, even there's a lot of kids that don't know who Deadpool is, and a lot of older parents that didn't know who they were. But Deadpool, you could be so much more approachable. The kids would be staring at you. And you could like crack a joke and say, oh, can I have a photo with you? Like I'm having the photo with the kid, put the little bunny ears behind their head, get them to hold the sword.
Mate.
Yeah, this Kraken.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Helena just said the big Kraken is a supersized version of the little Kraken. Okay.
Oh, what does that mean?
But again, like, you know, we've been seeing this more and more, like that whole the curved brick. And you know, I think we shared a mock. No, we were talking about a mock, but we were in our time last week with different snakes and serpents and you know, Donnie Chen's last year's dragon kind of, mate.
The
once
water
you start
around the ship, I hope it comes back. The water around the ship at the base where the Kraken's attacking, it's using a new piece I hadn't seen before. It's like the corner of a pagoda roof in trans that goes up at the corner.
that is that it there?
Nah, at the ship that the Kraken's attacking. Because this is a Bendigo lug collab. So this is what, maybe 8 different builders.
Very
Dave
cool.
Williams has done that Kraken. And yeah, right underneath the ship there's the trans clear.
What a great idea, though. Like I know the piece you're talking about now. Like for a wave, for a little splash, you're right. That's perfect.
And here's Cara at the bottom here and Brent Tomer at the top. And Dale Harris is the end. He was leading the collab.
Yeah, wow.
Dale Harris normally does big castles and stuff like that. I didn't think he did a big Fabuland one year.
That's right.
Yeah. So he's wanted to do a collab for years. When Hando did the Cerulean Straits,
Yeah.
that was when Dale was really firing up. He was asking a lot of questions about the way to go about a collab.
That's Dirt, the German Lego
Oh, is it?
master. He brought this over, yeah.
Cool way to do a QR code.
That's true.
That actually is a genius way to do it. Hold on. Let's go look. That smooth. And you know, to think that this come, you know, in the airport in the carry-on or whatever, all the way from, I'm pretty sure he's from Germany.
Yeah. Denmark.
Is my favorite. That's the curve and all the stuff. That's by Nick. That is so cool.
He's Galactic Plastics Lego on Instagram, and the way he's done the details in those wings and to get the different lines in it, unbelievable.
Oh, wow. Look at
And
that.
that's a scene for Doctor Who.
This is the GBC.
We can fast forward all this.
That's
No,
actually
it's doing some really
GBC.
cool builds in it. Like it gets the classic Technic looking stuff. But this has expanded a bit since last time, and it's really cool the way they're theming them.
Yeah, this is cool. Like, I personally, I hate GBC with a passion, but putting 80s video games in there, I'm in.
Yeah. And on the far side of the GBC, there's, I don't know whether Matt would have caught it, but it's huge. It's a big construction square. It would be, I don't know, maybe 4x4, 32s. And it's got automated bulldozers that are just sensing the different colored balls and going after them and pushing them down a hole. And it's dropping off cranes that are maybe 2 meters in the air. And the ball is dropping off the tip of it, rolling down the crane, dropping off the tip of it, and getting pushed into the hole by the bulldozers underneath. It's huge.
That's like you said, take the GBC side of the thing away. The stuff and the thought that goes into some of them guys' tables is insane. Just to make that work, because that's got to work with that part. But then got to fall down that part to think, shit, it's actually driving a ball and guiding a ball, not just cool movement in a build.
And the stress of maintaining it all day, because if you don't keep up with it, there's going to be an overflow.
Well, yeah. You imagine being that pitch point.
Guys, I think.
Yeah, it's creepy looking.
Dave Velasquez from Lego Masters.
Yeah. Brickvention.
He's done these Doctor Who figs for years, but he wanted to put it in a scene.
And I think he had the bottles too, from memory.
Yep.
He builds in the bottles.
Build in a bottle.
Yeah, his bottle builds have expanded like something else. I love them.
I'm actually excited to see bloody what Brickman does with the big ship in a bottle.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, Tom. He's trying to put the endurance. He's going to build the endurance in a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you know what the scale is?
Oh, he measured it. It was like massive, 750 millimeters long or something. The ship is, or 650. So yeah. And you got to think, you got to try to get a bottle that has a certain funnel, because some of the parts will be, 8 stud wide squares and stuff.
Oh, this is the set. Is this the set you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the big new ship.
Yeah.
The stand up one's kind of cool. The rocket.
Yeah. There's some that are. He's got some moving as well. This was awesome.
Oh,
do you remember? Is it Blaze Mox?
Yeah. Wow.
Blaze
He's
Mox.
gone to town with he should have been given more tables. It's the first time he's brought these as well, so he didn't know to ask for more tables. But all these transformers, all the details crammed in, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Blaze Mox. Huh. Good collection.
Yeah, he's done so well.
And what? He's another first show.
I think it's the first time displaying those, and he didn't know to ask for more space. This is what are their names, from Canberra? The two boys. I think they're nurses, or one of them's a nurse. Is it Gav? Oh, I can't remember.
Beautiful castle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the size of that. That's cool. Very nicely done.
This was awesome. I think this guy's from, I want to say Adelaide. I don't know if Hando knows.
Yeah, wow.
And that tower does go up another meter or 1.5 meters, the rocket, but they wouldn't let him get on a ladder, so he couldn't put the rest of the pieces on.
Really?
Yeah. So
This is cool.
I love that he's recreated that 80s space screen there.
Yeah.
Such a rare piece.
I wonder, Bill. I wonder if he's bought.
Do you know? I was just thinking the same thing.
Or he's done what? Who told us that? Was it Colin?
Yeah, it's using turmeric.
Turmeric. Did you know that trick, Tom?
Oh, to make it yellow.
Yeah, they wash it in turmeric and it literally stains the plastic.
Turns clear window space yellow.
It's a lot of trans. I'd be surprised if he didn't do that.
Well, I mean, these bricks were on the wall for a long time, and they're cheap as crap on Bricklink. So why would you not?
I don't know. That colour's pretty consistent, though, if you look at it.
Very true.
Because if you boil them, they actually make kale, Bilsy.
Huh.
It's insane how big this is. I can't even imagine having that many bricks.
Epic.
And the Lego decal on each of the studs. You did a great job. This is that kid who did the Adventure Time house last year.
Oh,
Far out.
This is the Adventure Time car. I don't really know Adventure Time, but it's the castle in Adventure Time. He's such a good egg. Him and his partner are just happily chatting to everyone all weekend.
Yeah, wow.
And it's like, really good build.
I want to say Tershi builds. I don't want to get it wrong. But if you go on Jay's page, he's collaborated with him. This is Kale's Batman.
I was going to say, I know whose build this is.
This was really cool.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
really well.
The way he's got the right scale of the wings to Batman's ears is just a perfect Batwing.
Yeah, so he's going the Bat logo.
It's done. Yeah, but the 89 Bat logo.
Yeah, that's right.
He's
That
done
one
it
is-
so
yeah.
well. Yeah.
And you know what? And it's becoming very common and very popular now, and I'm loving it. People doing the color arts with greebling.
Yeah.
Not just, he could have just did black brick and it is what it is. But to make a few little different stories and to have the greebling and just different black pieces, the texture makes it look that little bit better.
He's trying to work out how to finish it because he wants it to drip at the bottom. So maybe mounting it on perspex or something.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know much about this one.
Cool fish,
New,
though.
arm leaf pieces. Haven't seen those before.
Was it Space Theme Park?
This was in
Yeah.
Canberra.
Yeah, this is from Michael and Julie from Sitlak.
Yeah, this was in Canberra. It's really cool up close. There's a lot of good detail in it.
Oh, that grey and orange floor makes your head go cross-eyed. Like them pictures, you look at the pictures close and what number do you see here?
Magic Eye.
What are they?
This was a cool build. It's the Ninjago rollers. You know, that little... I don't know if I have it in my son's room. But they're all lit up. And there's one at the front, at the bottom of the screen that's spinning on its own. It's like, that ball in a fountain that you would see.
Yeah.
It was really, really well done.
Yeah, my kids like picking them up in the shops.
Yeah. This was really cool.
That's nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Because that's those sets, yeah?
Yes. The 3-in-1 creator set. And they've got all three in there, the deer, the lion, and the giraffe.
Yeah, and the scene they set was really good.
And you know what? That's the best way to start and to display. Get a set, make your own little bit of landscape around it, and it works so bloody well. Whoop. Whoop.
I think we lost everyone.
Yeah, what happened there?
Is that me or you?
I'm here.
Don't know, it glitched. Anyway, we'll keep on rolling.
This Ruby's diner coming up is Katie's Lego.
Oh, I was just saying, either heard I was saying before, the best way to start, to get in the mocking in the shows, go and buy a couple of sets, animals, people, cars, whatever, and build, the landscape and environment around it. It's a good way to start.
Yeah, definitely that's still my favorite way to build.
Yeah, and then I went to the Minions finger painting. So, shout out to those that are still wasting money on dots, I guess. Ruby's Diner.
Yeah, this is Katie's Lego. Is that the right one? Katie's Lego?
King Katie's, yep.
King Katie's, that's it.
King Katie's, yep. And fun fact, she's got another Instagram that's all about cars too. She's mad car nut.
Yeah, nice.
So shout out to Katie. And some cool cars. She teamed up with Sam, I think.
Yeah,
Sam. Yeah. So cool little diner. So this thing I digged. This thing I loved it. Like this chicken box and burger thing. It's just cool.
It's so well done.
It's just I like why not lean in on the. I got to ask though, was who built? Do you know who built this one?
Not sure, sorry.
Surely this thing would go number one in any New Zealand Lego show. Just saying.
Yeah, this is Perth, I think.
Oh, so Perth was this year.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Perth.
Shout out to Sam and his micro scale towns. Does a freaking fantastic job too.
He's a good egg.
What's that? Bricksburg in summer.
I think it's a Canberra person. I might be wrong.
Bricksburg in summer.
No, I am wrong. It's a Bendigo person.
Okay.
She's been working on this for a few years. It's been growing.
It's a good little town.
Yeah. So it's
Good
kind of like
scale.
mid scale, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, not
This
family
guy
friendly.
got some attention. The high
I can
beams.
imagine. Lupin the Third.
Even my
How-
4-year-old son stopped and just staring at it like, what's going on there?
Yeah, there's a millionaire's campers truck. I like that they've built it's obviously the Mac or very close to the Mac, but in that green too to find the parts.
Right.
Unless it's it'd be the Mac Anthem, similar to the Mac Anthem. Whackers. Tom, I just solved your IP issue, brother. Name your cricket or something. Change the first letter of whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Dusty and Dingo.
Dusty and Dingo. Ninjago Temple on the top there.
That thing's cool. Is that
Which one?
that thing?
That little thing.
Is that a set or is that a mock?
That's a mock.
Could be a mock.
That's cool. Someone from Rainbow Bricks. Shout out to the newie folk. And then some more Ninjago. I've seen some sneaky Ninjago leaked stuff come through this week. Some big stuff happened in Ninjago if you're a Ninjago fan. Oh, it's Troy's. There you go.
The claw.
Shout out
This
to
is
Mr. Lime Green.
Nikki I forget her name.
Schneider.
Schneider. She's I really like the way she did the space claw lettering down the side with the trans as the dome, the yellow beams up the side. You can't really see it.
Yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah,
she does some really classy stuff. Like she uses simple, clean techniques to get really good visuals. That was Con. He's the same guy who did the Aquaman thing. That's the start of he's making a big Nexo Knights castle.
This I liked because I'm a sports fan. I like my NFL, but this thing was kind of cool.
Mm. And the line is a line on his head on the left. No, yeah, there is. Paul Levana.
Yeah, some Iron Man. Grizzly in the chat, brother. You'd be frothing this, wouldn't you?
He sure would.
Oh, and the movement. Grizz, you got to step your game up, brother. Oh, he can't. He's moving to America in 2 weeks. There you go. So again, like we're saying, Brickvention, it's good because you get the whole mix of. Is that Claire's? That's Claire's.
Yep.
I know that little build. Go Claire.
Turn it up.
Shout out to the Queenslanders. Hey, at least she turned up, better than me and Bill did. But like I was saying with before, like the whole Brickvention being a thing, and you can go from extreme insane mocks and designs like your boys' collab to little single base plates from Germany and stuff like that. So you got to give the shout out and respect for the show for what it is. Show run, you can probably do things and tweak things a little bit different. And having awards never hurt anyone really. Put awards in shows.
Oh, someone's always upset, aren't they? I like the cliff detail here, the rock work. They've clipped in chunks.
The other thing I didn't hear anyone talk about was did anyone win big or lose big on Dirty Brickster, or did anyone play Dirty Brickster this year?
Dirty Brickster was happening.
It was happening.
I wasn't partaking.
There we go. And
This is offensive.
Ha! Good storytelling. Yeah, I mean, without stroking your ego, I think your guys' collab build was kind of the standout. To be fair,
it depends who you're asking, really. Like the public, it was an eye catcher for sure. But the builders really do look like both Hando and I don't think we talked about it in the past, but Hando and I both had that the guy from America, is it Matt, with the spaceships, those two little spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone on a bit of a holiday with his wife. He's come down to the Southern Hemisphere. He's going around, and he just timed it up with Brickvention. And he left a couple of things at his mate's place in Melbourne. Actually, it's Con, the Aquaman. He left 2 spaceships there, and they're just, the detail's insane. The Galactic Plastics Lego guy. I've never met him before.
So were they his own ships? Or is that just the thing he's come up with, or?
Yeah. His Instagram page is really good. I've only looked at it since meeting him. He explodes parts, so he'll put it together for you and show the way he's lined up some of the details. I think it's called the Heavenly Strike, with the ship on the left. That's the one that really caught my eye. There'll be a recent post up there which shows it in better detail than that video did.
What was his thing?
Galactic Plastics Lego.
Galactic Plastics. Let's see if it comes up. There we go.
Nick Kessler, I think.
Nick Trotter. There you go.
Trotter. Is it working?
I'm sharing the wrong screen, I think. Here we go. This one.
Yeah, here you go. So there's a Heavenly Strike is the one that caught my eye. Those engines, I remember, caught Hendo's eye in the middle there. The way he got that spacing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like if you need to, yeah, okay.
He's really he shows you how he's done these crazy things.
You know what? And you got to. There's another level of respect in that when you give out
secrets.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why hold it to you? Why hold it close? Share the love. Share how you done it.
Yeah. It matches his personality too. Not everyone would.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's very nice to chat to as well. Yeah. Top look. And I also send you another picture, Bilsy. This is another thing that there's a lot of small build that is really nice. So the one that I just sent you is again one of my favorite. I can't remember who built it. I think Steve Edwards. But
Steve Edwards. Okay, briefly bricks.
Yeah. And then I think missed out on a video as well is a build from Sydney as well, the Age of Empire. So I think you've seen that in Brick Build, but he expanded that to a few more tables from Gav.
Yeah, Steve was talking about that in the chat before, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I knew we were going to miss it. Oh, geez, and I just see this photo.
Hey! That's Jacko in the Batman outfit.
There you go. What a bunch. Yeah, and again, like you said, we don't have 4 days to go through everyone's build, and you kind of skim and do what you can. But these kind of shows, like you think we've got what 3-4 of them now. Brickvention, Brick Built, Bendigo's kind of half getting. I mean, it's only getting bigger, and then you obviously got our one BBX coming up as well. So
Brixpo has a lot of builds that don't feature at other shows, like Bendigo. Because it's so close after Brickvention, there's a lot of the same builds.
Yeah.
But Brixpo, because people in Adelaide don't travel 10 minutes, but so they're not going to come out to Melbourne, or they're definitely not coming to Sydney or Brisbane. So there's a lot of really good builds there that you don't see anywhere but at Brixpo.
We've never been to Brixpo,
and so we should definitely add that to our list.
Yeah, and it's like a small town feel because it's Adelaide. It's a small town feel. They're all really nice, and
as long as we don't come home pregnant or something, then no worries.
Yeah,
and we start calling it Lego. There's always that side effect. Now, boys, again, appreciate you coming in and short notice and having a chat and just hanging out and talking some crap about the show and filling us in on what we missed, I guess.
Yeah.
We do appreciate it. But I will hold it against you that we do want to do a full-on new Hashima, just a stream on the build. Or maybe even a polished YouTube video. I might try to work something out as well, but we'll talk offline because can't not put it out there. That thing's insane. We need a full more detail than just look at this cube, look at that cube, look at this OnlyFans type thing. So look at Derek. So we'll definitely talk. We'll get something up. And again, people, make sure you do follow Hando and Tom on Instagram, and all the guys in that new Hashima build. Check out all their sweaty jersey photos and everything they did.
Yeah, there's a new Hashima Down Under page.
New Hashima Down Under. And, you know, a lot of you guys in the chat, you do share all that kind of stuff, so we do appreciate that. But we know we'll get some extra people in there tonight because of being Brickvention. Where do you get the instructions for the new Hashima? I guess you're talking about like the base template?
Yeah, maybe the cube template.
Yeah, the best, I think the best thing is to reach out to Josh, our captain, and we'll sort it out for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Reach out to the captain. And don't forget, for those that, you know, don't watch our show, we got 2 shows coming up in the first half of the year up here in Queensland. We got our one, the Gold Coast one, first weekend in April. And then Brisbane have their show in March. Bill, you're on mute. I think.
Oh,
no, there you are. No, you just paused.
Yeah, so there's a Gold Coast.
And he paused again.
I think, is that new, the Gold Coast show?
It is. It's our first show as Q-Lug, as a lug ever.
Oh, you got a new Gold Coast lug.
So it's still Queensland. Am I muted?
You
Coming in and out. And freezing.
I'll explain. So Q-Lug's been around for a long time, but it was run by a retail company. So it was always another company running a Q-Lug supported show.
Correct.
So to speak. So this is, and it's only a small one dayer, but you know, we'll take on the world soon.
Poor Bill's eyes frozen.
He goes up.
At least he's frozen in a pretty spot.
yeah, it could be worse. But yeah, so a couple of shows are coming up, but obviously the next big one will be Sydney.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I've changed.
No.
He's gone.
Anyway, it's time to pull the pin. Hando, Tom, thanks, legends. Absolutely appreciate it again. And I'm sure we'll catch up in the not too distant future. Everybody else, again, follow the guys and then follow New Hashima Down Under. And everybody that did go to Brickvention, hope it was a good weekend. And we'll all see you next time.
Good to see you, boys.